Google stock split. Google stock split. 20-1 Google stock split. Woo! Let me just fill you in on the details here. Let's see where I had this. I was just reading this article from CNBC about the earnings report on Google, and then I immediately went and YOLO'd in a few $1,000s into Google. This is not investment advice. This is not. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, for me, I only like to risk my own money, and then I like to share what I'm doing fully transparently on this channel, so that you can learn from my mistakes, whether I win or lose. And I usually win. My name is Victor, after all. Google parent Alphabet. This no promise. Don't follow me, because the one time you follow me might be the one time I lose. Google parent Alphabet said its board approves plans for 20-for-1 stock split. 20-for-1 stock split on Tuesday as part of the technology company's quarterly earnings statement. This Tuesday is when they announced that. They're not saying that they're going to do the split on Tuesday, because today is Tuesday. This is when they announced it. This is just like only 3 or 4 hours ago. That's why I'm doing this live, because I don't have time to edit anything. I need to get this information out to you right now. I mean, it's like 2 minutes ago I bought in. That doesn't mean you should. I'm just saying that's for me, that I'm taking my own risk. It's already gone up. Alphabet stock rose more than 9% in aftermarket trading. It's gone up a little bit more than that already. So the move comes a year and a half after Apple most recently split its stock, giving 3 shares for each share that people owned. Alphabet and Apple are among the few technology companies that have seen their market capitalization stretch into the trillions, and investors opted for profitable growth. Alphabet intends to split the Class A, Class B, and Class C shares of the stock. Now, if you don't already know this, the Class A stock, which is what I just purchased, is the one that you get a vote, 1 vote for each share. The Class B is reserved for high muckety mucks, and they get like 10 votes per share. And then Class C, I don't think Alphabet Class C gets any votes on shareholder votes. So don't quote me on that, but if I remember right, that's the way it works. So CNBC says, in a letter including 2004 prospectus for Google's innings, they said blah 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 blah. You want to know dates. I want to know dates. You want to know dates. Let's find the dates. Okay, I'm seeing here, each shareholder at the close of business, it requires shareholder approval. Each shareholder at the close of business on July the 1st. I'm assuming they mean 2022, because this is 2022. July the 1st will receive on July 15th and 19th additional shares for each of the same class of stock they own. So I'm assuming that means that if you have 1 share of Google, which a lot of people do, they just have 1 share of Google because it's like $3,000 now, then you'll get 20 shares in its place. And of course, those 20 shares are going to be a lot lower price. You would have to take all 20 of them to add up to whatever price that 1 share was. So it's not like you're going to get suddenly, you don't spend $3,000 on a Google stock, and then suddenly they give you $23,000 stocks and you 20x your money. That's not going to happen. That's not how this works. So, and I'm not a finance professional. I'm just a dirty hands guy that has managed to, if you are a working class guy like myself, and you're wondering what would happen if you listen to some experts about stocks and things, which is not me. I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to say I am. If you listen to some people about stocks, you read some books about stocks, you look at some videos about stocks, could you possibly trade well enough to make some money? Well, I did. That's me. I'm just a working class guy that worked most of my life. I did own some businesses and stuff. I took a bunch of classes on sales and management and stuff like that. So I do have some advantages from business owning and having employees and stuff like that. But really, you don't need any of that, because what I have found out in the couple years that I've been trading is not only, yes, I can make money at this, and I have made money at this, I also learned that it ain't nearly as tough as I thought it was. But then we've been going through bull markets, and it's always easier for everybody in a bull market. Now we're going into a bear market, and it's a lot harder, a lot harder. So be really careful. And this is not advice. This is not financial advice. This is just me sharing my experiences, hopefully in an entertaining way, and hopefully saving you from making some mistakes and saving you some of the money that I've lost along the way of making money, so that maybe all of us can maximize our profits. And you can comment below and let me know about your experiences too, and we can share and grow the community and possibly help each other. And I'm not selling any courses, none of that. I don't have any courses. I'm not making any courses. I'm just trying to help out here. Now, about this alphabet class A and class B, there's the dates. It was July 15th, apostrophe 19. So I don't know if that's between 15 and 19, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or if they mean the 15th and then the 19th, or one or the other. It's not really clear on that. So I would mark both those dates down, all three of these dates down on the calendar: July the 1st, July the 15th, and July the 19th. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now in front of you. We're in this together. Blind leading the blind. July. Yeah, okay. I see why they're doing that. The 15th is a Friday, and the 19th is a Tuesday, but I don't see any kind of holiday on the Monday. So I guess it's a 15 through 19 then. Maybe they're just not settled for sure on the date. Maybe it's going to be one. I still don't know. It's not clear. Let's just leave it at that. It's not clear. Just write down something about the Google 20 to 1 on every one of those dates. $20 to 1 stock split. And remember that those are known as alphabet shares. And let's see here. The ticker symbol is GOOGL for the alphabet A that I bought. Is GOOGL. I'm not suggesting that you buy that stock. I'm just sharing with you very transparently what it was that I bought. It's not a suggestion. I'm not trying to pump this stock. I'm just letting you know what's going on and what I'm doing. I only want to gamble my own money. I don't want to gamble yours. You play it safe and do your own research and do what you got to do to protect your capital. The only thing I actually suggest you do is research and learning and trying to keep up to date with, like what I just told you, the 21 stock split and those sort of things, and keep that in mind. I'm not suggesting any buys or sells. But if anything I told you about research or any of the research I suggested you do helps you make better buys or sales that you have decided to do on your own, then I'm very thankful that I could help in that way. Or if I tell you some information that helps you avoid a bad entry or a bad exit. And that's another thing too. Don't One thing I can suggest you do that I have learned the hard way a couple of times is never make an entry into a stock without an exit plan, preferably an exit plan A, exit plan B, and an exit plan C, so that you know exactly when you plan to get out before you ever get in. And if that doesn't work out, you have a plan B and a plan C of some way that you can get out with some profit, hopefully with some profits in each one of those, or at least with minimal losses before you ever jump in. You're much more likely to win if you do that, and you're much less likely to lose. Ask me how I know. There was a few trades in the very beginning that I did without an exit plan, and that was bad. That was bad. I got away with it a few times, and figured it out as I went along. But then it bit me in the butt a couple of times, and I was like, nope, not doing that anymore. Mm-mm. And I'd heard people say that before, and I didn't listen hard enough. But like I said, you live and you learn. You can just watch me throw my money at it, high stakes uh, tries, and don't have to risk your money. Let's see if there's any more really juicy information here. Now they're just talking about some of the stuff that they did in stock splits in the past that has nothing to do with what's going on now. Alphabet C shares trade under the ticker symbol GOOG. That's the Goog without the L. And they have no voting rights. Yeah, we covered that already. I already mentioned that. So nothing new here. They're talking about stock at 27.50. That's old information. It's already at 3,000 something. Let me take a look and see if it's moved anymore. What I've got, my last bit of information I've got here in after hours trading was 3,004.90. What was the price per share that I got? I got in at a price per share of 3,002.70. So when I'm updating my stock trades and everything, like I just did earlier today from stuff that I did over the past week, when I'm sharing with you about that, which I'll probably do in the next few days or maybe next week, I will let you know how that's going with this Google purchase too. And we'll keep track. Let me write down here on my sheet where I go over things with you guys when I do those updates, and write down that I did purchase Google, GOOGL, at $3,002.70 on 2/1/2022. That way I can share with you how it goes, whether it was a good choice or a mistake, whether and on some of these other ones that I sold on Monday of last week, all last week when I was giving my updates, I was looking like a genius. And some of them today, I was looking like a fool to have sold it and should have just kept it. But tomorrow they may drop, or next week they may drop, and I'll look like a genius again. So I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes on those. I'm sitting really pretty on my Tesla stock, in case you're wondering. My purchases on Tesla and everything. I did close out the year last year with all my trades last year. I think I'm right about 20%, but I won't know for absolutely sure until after I'm done doing my taxes, because that's when it all comes out for sure in the wash. the tax guy that does my taxes, he's a lot better at this than I am, but it looks like I'm pretty close to 20. And that is almost beating the very best ETF that I know of, which I do have some money in, the VFIAX. So I don't see how I could have done any better than that with the little bit of experience that I have and the no formal training at all. just reading books and stuff like that. So I feel pretty good about that. And then the year before that, I made a little over 20%. And so, but then the VFIAX that I could have just YOLO'd all my money into in 2020 did so phenomenally well. But then that's just a freak thing because even the VFIAX has never done that well. So, but then, like I said, we got to temper this with the knowledge that that was a bull market both years, and this year is turning out to be looking like a bear market so far, more than it has been a bull market. And it should be a lot harder. And then as this tapering goes on, so be very, very careful in this market, because as the Fed tapers and then they raise interest rates, and then they start selling off bonds and stuff like that, it's got to affect the market. Well, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that, trying to present that as a fact, as if somehow I know something as a fact. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is probably going to affect the market very negatively. You can watch it later and come back here and see this to see if I predicted that right. But that is the way I'm going to be trading, as if what the Fed's doing in order to get rid of a lot of this runaway inflation is going to negatively affect the market. They're backed into a corner. They're going to have to do some things that are negatively affecting these prices. So I took a lot of my money out and put most of it back in Tesla, and I'm going back and forth in mostly Tesla. I did trade another thing today, since I'm being full disclosure. I don't want to mislead anybody by letting them know hiding a trade or what. Well, I wouldn't be hiding it, because I never make any promises that I'm going to tell you every little detail of everything that I do. But when I do remember it, I'd like to try to share with you everything that I can that might possibly help. And that was that IINN. Yeah, the IINN is the ticker symbol of something that I traded today. And I got in at $2.45, and then I sold it at $3.10. And kudos to FinViz. I'm going to do a video on that and show you what I did and how I did it. I used their stock screener to find this stock, to find this and figure out, what I thought would be a good entry point and a good exit point. And it worked. I mean, I got in, I made some money, and I got out. And I usually do longer swing trades, or just invest in a long-term stock and leave it in there unless something really bad happens. But this was an actual day trade, just a really short day trade. I got in, got out, made a little money, and it's over. Can't lose anymore because I'm already sold it. And I found that with they have a free version, and I'm using the free version of the screener. Hey, all that stuff that I've been studying works. I'll share more. I'll make a video about it, and I'll share more. In the meantime, ask any questions you got, anything you want to know in the comments, anything you want to add to this video. If you think I left anything out, feel free to add it in the comments. Anything you think might help anybody that's trading, please leave in the comments. Till the next video, I'd like to wish you all insane growth and an insane amount of success.